we wanted to touch on Kravtsov.
Mhm.
Vitaly Kravtsov is coming on over. Now, I'll play the stupid casual fan that knows nothing. So I hear about this guy, that's coming over. And he's supposed to be this Russian superstar, another Ranger Russian superstar. What's the realistic expectation for Vitaly Kravtsov coming over for the short term and for the long term?
Yeah, it's a good question to ask, right? Because his first little stint here in New York, wasn't great. Had his issues with Hartford, and like I know some people got into him on that, but like, look, he was a young kid, doesn't speak the language, total culture shock, coming all the way over. Like, there's a lot of adjustments to these Russian players, and we've seen it. It took Tarasenko 4 or so years to get over here. It took Vishnevich about 4 years to get over here. So look at Artemi Panarin, who was obviously undrafted, so maybe didn't have quite the hype, but played in the KHL for a while. So like that happens. And then, it's an adjustment period. Kravtsov has unbelievable hands. He's got a wicked shot and offensive ability. Look, he's kind of undersized just from a weight standpoint. 6'2", so he's now 187. So he's definitely put on some weight. They have him on there because when he came over a couple years ago, I'm not even sure he was 170 pounds. He was skin and bones. Look, I think it's reasonable to think this guy could be a top six winger in the NHL. He's got some size. He's a super skilled guy. You could see him. I don't want to say he's a blazer. I mean, with the Olympic size ice over in the KHL and Europe and stuff, you definitely see him having more time. He had a really, really good KHL season. And I think he had a bit of a wake up call. Like last year, he was in Hartford, he was in the KHL, got sent to the VHL, which is like the minor league for the KHL. So that was like a bit of a what's going on. Had a great year, 24 points and 16 goals, 8 assists in this year with Tractor, his KHL team. 4 points in 5 playoff games. He's putting it together. What's reasonable for him? I'll be honest, with him compared to some of the North American players, I don't get to see a guy like him as much. I knew kind of a lot more about Lafreniere than I would have about Kravtsov or even Adam Fox or Miller, those guys. I think it's reasonable to expect that if he's playing on his game, he's a top six winger. Now, the Rangers got a log jam all over the place on winger. I'm still convinced, if you ask me, if they make a move for Eichel this summer, Kravtsov's got to be in the deal.